Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, Jess's channel, PH born US naturalized. We are going to do a special today with Mike, who's going to give us some ideas and what he's experienced here in the Philippines. It may be a wake-up call for some, it may be well known to others, we're not sure, but hopefully it'll be educational for all and maybe a little bit of fun too.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, Mike?
50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
it could go either way. You never know.
Well, all of you
So far,
here, so that's good.
Yeah.
That part's left behind.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Mike, why did you come to the Philippines originally? What brought you here?
The number one reason is because of the climate, the warm temperature. Because I have so much surgical steel in my body that where I lived in the States, the cold just just exacerbated and intensified my pain. And here, I'm much more relaxed and comfortable. And
You have surgical steel in your body.
I have so much surgical steel. Yeah, it's crazy.
You got to stay away from big magnets, huh?
Yeah, no MRIs for me.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Do you make buzzers go off when you go to the airport?
No, because it's stainless,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's non-magnetic.
Right.
But
Oh,
you
okay.
should see the X-rays.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
quite crazy.
So it's better climate for your health here.
Yeah.
And that's a very good
That's
reason to
the
be here.
number one reason why I got that.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. How did you find out about the Philippines as being a destination to go to? What made you think of the Philippines?
I did commercial elevator work,
Okay.
and I was working for Otis at the time, and so we had a worker exchange swap program going on, and so 4 Philippine elevator guys went to the States, and 2 of us came here, and so we did the outside escalators at the Ayala Mall.
Oh, that's cool. We've been there. Yeah.
My name's down at the bottom.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I just kind of got to feeling what it was like here, and obviously the weather, the temperature kept me thinking about the comfort of it. And then I got my accent, and I knew that's where I had to be.
So when did you finally decide to make the full-time move to the Philippines?
I was first here in 2007.
Okay.
And then I officially, formally moved here in 2010.
So you've been here for 14 years. 15 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you like it?
50-50.
Now that's over the years, right?
And I say that, yeah, that's based out over the years. And I say that because, again, I'm a realist. I like to have fun and enjoy life, but at the same time, you never know when something's going to go sideways.
So today, are you above 50 or you're below 50 today?
We're doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good today.
Yeah.
So maybe it's 75-25 today.
Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah,
you can't do much about tomorrow.
Well, I always say when somebody asks you how you doing, you say, well, so far so good.
So far so good. Yeah, we're still breathing. So, what experiences can you share? What experiences do you want to share with us today about your time in the Philippines?
You know, I've thought about that before.
Good.
And the first thing that comes to my mind is that as Westerners, the number one thing that I've learned being in any foreign country, patience. If you don't have patience, you're not going to make it. You're going to throw your hands up in the air. You're going to run back to your shelter wherever you came from, whatever country, and you'll say, I'll never go there again. And that happens.
Yeah.
About 50% of the guys, no matter what country they're from, they either stick it out or they give up.
Yeah. So how did you develop your patience so that you could still be here after 14 years?
It was a tough course. It was a tough course. My patience was tested.
Yeah?
Greatly tested. I wasn't here maybe a year, and I bought a big bike. I bought a 400 Honda, big
That's a big bike.
Big bike, and
You like to ride motorcycles?
yeah. I did.
Yeah, okay.
I've been riding bikes all my life.
A lot of foreigners do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
And so it was one of those, the beginning of the weird encounters of my time here, and I was in a serious wreck, and I just I learned from that point, from that moment, because of all the obstacles that I was running into with the police, the people that hit me, the hospital and all that. Yeah, you start learning that, boy, if you don't develop a sense of patience for the lifestyle, the cultures, and the traditions of whatever country you're going to, specifically here in the Philippines, yeah, you're in trouble. Because it's always been said that, and no disrespect to you, Mark, or anybody else, but you can be married to a Filipina, love her, she loves you, family takes care of you, but you'll never be part of the family. You'll always be the outside looking in. And some people will say, no, that's not true because if the family accepts you, you're part of it. Well, I've always looked at the fact that the Philippine people, for the most part, are very isolated from the realities of the world. For example, over the past several years, because of my beliefs, of my political beliefs, I'll very tenderly, ask about people's situations or their ideas about the political situation. It's like, huh? and in their defense, they don't know because it's either blacked out here or it's changed or whatever. But
I think the real reason might be even more. They're just working to eat. They're trying to eat. They're not worried about America or China or.
And so that being said, then so their focus is not the
Not
current
world.
world events. Their
No.
focus is put food on the table and make sure they
family.
take care of it. Yeah.
And I kind of agree with you that as a foreigner, I'm always going to be an outsider.
Yeah.
I'm not unused to that anyway.
But in my travels, I've been to several different countries, and I just kind of learned that just to learn to recognize the traditions, the cultures, and just kind of blend in and just be part of it.
Yeah. Not demand your rights.
Boy, you asked for trouble there. You asked for trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's definitely something.
Yeah, because like for example,
You might get them.
I got a big construction background, and when I first got here, I would question the techniques.
Oh, that's a favorite
like
topic.
carpentry and
Oh,
building
yeah.
houses.
And why are you doing it like that? You should do it like this.
Yeah, and exactly.
This is better.
Right, and we think that's just crazy, and then in the end, they do a great job.
A great job. Yeah, so if you just let them do what they do,
Yeah,
the result is going to be something you're happy with. But when you try to make them do it the way you're used to doing it, you have, I don't know what you end up with.
Ergo, patience.
Yeah, okay. So you learned your patience through experience. Yeah, that's a rough way to learn patience.
And it was a tough learning lesson. Because,
Something you don't want to ask for is patience, because then you'll be tried.
it's like dropping a mouse in a cage full of snakes.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Yeah.
So you had an accident, right?
One of many.
Yeah. And when you had your accident, how did the local authorities deal with you? Was it your fault?
Oh no, not at all.
No, okay.
Not at all. Not at
Interesting. So they helped you get through all your convalescence there? You didn't just have to do all that yourself?
I believe they were, in the beginning, they were trying to play with me, and they were trying to scam me and see where they could go with me. This is a Westerner, and what does he know? And while I was in the hospital there, it happened in Dumaguete Negros. And while I was in the hospital, there was an American guy that was looking at his buddy who had just gotten a wreck, and the nurse said, "Sir, do you know this American guy?" Now he's one of my best friends.
Oh.
And because of him and his influence of the people in the Dumaguete, the police and whatnot, the next day my bike was released and things were all taken care of. I thought it was great. When at first they were saying, no, we're going to impound your bike until the
Investigation's over.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's good to have friends.
It's good to have friends. And that's another big thing here too, is that I've learned is that, that helps the balance of your thinking, of your life in this country is friends. You have people you can load on or have them load on you and vice versa, and share your experiences and talk about the differences that you've all had and learn from it. So.
Because American viewpoints or foreign viewpoints are foreign, and some things happen that are common to all foreigners.
Right.
And it's nice to be able to compare notes and say, yeah, that happened to me too, or
that's right.
how did you deal with it, and what did you do about that?
Yeah.
So I want to switch gears. We're talking about your experience here, how you got here. Let's talk about relationships between foreigners and Filipinos. In your experience, what makes it work and what makes it not work?
Kind of a hard question to answer, because I think it all depends on the person.
So being a foreigner or being a Filipino doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters. I think it's your upbringing. Whoever can bond with that person the best, who you feel comfortable with, who you can talk to, they can talk to you, you can share things with. And there's a lot of commonality in that. If there's a lot of commonality in the relationship.
Well, now, how much commonality is there with a Filipino and a foreigner?
All right. So my first encounter with a Filipino, I married her, and I learned a lot.
You do when you're married.
Yeah, no kidding. but more so that because I was raised as a Christian, I'm a Lutheran, and it was kind of a bombshell to see the differences between the Roman Catholic here in the Philippines versus a standard Christian upbringing.
Maybe a Protestant Christian upbringing.
Yeah. So I think that if you really want to make it work, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
And if your heart's not into it, it ain't gonna
So I
work.
think I hear you saying you choose to love the other person. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a choice thing. It's a choice thing.
Not all emotions and feelings.
What do you do when you buy a car?
Yeah.
Right? You get what you feel is best for you. And you meet somebody, they don't feel right, you move on.
Okay, good. So how has that worked out for you?
Like I said a little bit ago, I've gone through a few relationships, and every one of those relationships, my intention was to always make it the one, to be with that one forever and ever. And there's where some of the indifferences come back into play as far as a Westerner and the Filipina. And my struggle with those relationships was that the girl or the girl's family wouldn't 100% accept me because of their beliefs and their morals and their ethics versus mine. And so it wasn't a matter of anybody getting upset of me pushing my ideals on them or them pushing their ideals on me. It was just a matter of just knowing the fact this just isn't going to work.
It got to the point where it was unsustainable.
Right, yeah.
Somebody had to make a decision.
Yeah, and that's a tough decision to make because, as Westerners, especially Americans, we were raised in such a luxurious lifestyle, compared to the people here. I mean, God, these people live in poverty and they're still extremely happy and content.
Very
right?
happy. Yeah.
It's amazing. So, so we bring that lifestyle and that culture and that belief here, and we try to, a lot of foreigners, they try to push it on the Philippine people. It's not going to work.
No.
It's not going to work. So again, that goes back to patience. If you adopt a little bit of patience and give it a try and put your head and heart into it, as long as it feels right.
So even though you've had some ups and downs in relationships, you're not done with relationships.
No. God put us on this earth to be with a mate.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with that. It's hard to be alone.
It is.
It's in the book that way. It's not good for a man to be alone.
No.
Yeah, so good. So now we talked about all that. What's next for you? What's next? What do you look forward to getting into later? I know you're struggling with all your physical issues, but I know you're not done living.
No. I'm like anybody else. I'm not a tourist, but I like to travel. I like to see things and do things and participate in activities, but I'm limited on what I can do because of my physical condition.
You look good. You look good. I know you've got issues, but you look good. It looks like you can do just about anything.
Yeah. No, I've always maintained the composure and the looks of being well, but
Not so.
when you peel back the layers, no, I'm pretty beat up inside. I have a steel bar in the fibula, a steel bar in the femur. I have stainless and plastic cups for my shoulder sockets. This elbow was smashed, this hand was smashed, and I got a plate in the back of my head. So
now you don't need a helmet.
It's funny, I've been in so many crashes since I've been here, and I had my bell rung so many times, I should be dead.
Yeah. Well, obviously there's more for you to do.
My guardian angels have I think they're going to give up pretty soon.
They're getting overtime pay.
Yeah. No, so my belief is for me personally, is just, how do I extend my life? How do I extend what I've been doing? Obviously, I'm happy here. I'm content here. So what do I do to extend that, to keep it going? And it goes back to relationships.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't want to be alone. Yeah. We weren't meant to be alone. We were meant to be with somebody. And that's my objective, is to make that happen in my life.
So just to address the viewers, you may have questions that you'd like to ask Mike that I haven't asked. So you can put them in the comments below. We'll do a follow-up perhaps just over the phone or something. We had to come down to, we didn't have to, but we came down to Alcoy, and they came up to Alcoy. So it's a drive for both of us, but we'd be happy to talk some more later. I had another question, and it's gone now. Maybe it'll come back. Oh yeah, that's what it was. We live off my Social Security. That's it. We don't have any other funds. We did make a check in December for $100 from YouTube. So we got $100.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. So Is that for you the same? Or do
I'm
you
the
have-
same, yeah. I live month to month there.
So month to month with Social Security, and that's enough.
Well, it is because of the currency exchange rate as it is currently. Yeah, it's amazing the lifestyle that you can develop for yourself, whether you're with someone or single. It's amazing the things that you can do here. I just got done a couple of years ago building a 2-bedroom kitchen with a shower and bath and all that, and I think the whole thing with the roof and everything, it cost me maybe what?
40 grand?
No, not even that much. Maybe 20.
20,000?
Maybe 20,000.
Yeah.
Maybe 20,000.
The labor is incredibly cheap.
Yeah. And it was a nice house.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very good. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you coming up and doing this with us. I thank you very much. Do you have any questions for me?
I was wondering now how long now have you guys been here in the Philippines now?
We got here in December 2020, in the height of COVID.
Oh yeah. That's right. I remember. Yeah,
We had trouble getting in here because they weren't letting foreigners in.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy? Huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
But since she was a Filipino, I could come with her.
Yeah.
She dragged me over here.
Yeah, for me, I because of all my medical issues, and I had doctors that openly signed on my statements that I had a pass that I could travel unrestricted anywhere in the Philippines. Yeah, I thought that was pretty unique to have that kind of.
So now you have had, we were going to wrap it up, but I just thought of another question. You've had lots of medical issues.
Yeah.
How are you affording that?
Again, that's just my month to month.
Yeah.
I don't have insurance, and thank goodness because of the dollar exchange rate, I am able to buy my medicines now. I was paying on the average around 20,000 to 30,000 pesos a month for my medical, and since it's all been taken from me now, it's
The medicines are not available anymore.
not available. Yeah, because of the supply.
Well, great. You got lots more money to feel pain with.
Well, no, because then it goes to the X brand, which isn't really good.
It's effective.
And then I have to buy a ton of that just to be able to take the edge off.
And you're still lucid,
Well,
mostly.
I think that's just been the way that I've been all my life. You know,
Okay.
it's just to stay physically active and try to take care of myself.
Right.
But luck.
Yeah.
A lot of luck.
No.
But my guardian angels are trading off, they're handing off, and I think we're at the end of the line. That's why I'm selling the bike.
He's going to sell his bike. You guys want to buy a bike? Mike's got a great one to buy.
Yeah, it's a nice bike, yeah.
Right.
It's a 2014 Kawasaki Avenger 220. And it does look like a little Harley Davidson. And
It runs great.
it's like brand new. I've gone through that bike, engine, transmission, wheels, brakes,
With
electrical,
all the parts listed.
everything. I've
Yeah.
got everything, parts.
So
and-
that'll be about 100 grand, right?
I've got probably about 130,000
Which you're not
pesos
selling it
into
for that much. You're selling
No,
it for
no,
65 or
yeah,
70.
65. I hope to get about 65 out of it.
There you go, guys.
Good.
Buy a bike.
It's like brand
Buy a bike from Mike.
brand bike from Mike.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. And we'll be seeing you again next week with another video. I don't know what it's going to be about yet.
Bye, guys.
Bye for now. That is a nice bike. Kawasaki. We just finished the interview with Mike. There's a very steep hill coming down here to this place. We're gonna watch him go up it. See you later, Mike. Wave at Jess on the way by. Bye, Yam. Nice to meet you. Look at that hill. I think it's almost straight up. That bike had no trouble.